Hey there, YouTube. Welcome to the Blue Corner, and in today's episode I'm going to be showing you guys an update to my Pokemon deck following the upcoming rotation in which everything from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and on is legal. Stuff before that is not, which benefits me greatly as this means I don't really have to worry about getting all those extremely hard to find, pricey cards such as Uxies and the like. I was able to just build decks using the cards from the packs that I've been able to find, which is great. As you all know, my favorite Pokemon in the franchise is Feraligatr, so obviously my deck is going to be something based around him. As it is, water decks are actually a pretty powerful deck at this moment simply because of Feraligatr's Rain Dance ability. Yeah, this is a Feraligatr Prime Turbo deck, and let's just get right down to it. So for my Pokemon, I'm running for Cleffa. You use Eek to put your hand into your deck, draw 6 cards. He goes to sleep. When he's asleep, he can't be attacked. You have basically a 50-50 chance of not being attacked, not being able to get damaged that turn. Gotta watch out for Tyrogues though. Tyrogues will kill this thing. And I did get donked once because I had this out and my opponent dropped a monster and did 30 damage and I lost. But otherwise, Cleffa is extremely good as far as setting up goes. Next up, running 3 Oshawott, 2 2-Watt, 1 Pike Rot, and 2 Ability Samurott. This is the main attacker of the deck, and this is, as you can tell, a Feraligatr Samurott deck. Samurott's ability is Shell Armor. He takes 20 less damage from all attacks after applying Weakness and Resistance. He's got 140 HP. He's got 2 Retreat Cost and 2 Weakness to Lightning. So Zekrom, Magnezone, those guys will kill him pretty good. Otherwise, though, he's a very powerful Pokemon. His Hydro Pump attack does 70 plus 10 for every water energy attached, and in this type of deck, that's not really a hard thing to do. At worst, he takes 3 turns to complete your setup. At best, he can be ready to go in 1 turn if I got a Feraligatr Prime on the field. Samurott will often be doing 100 to 120 damage, maybe even more than that if I decide to be a jerk and completely overkill. Sometimes, though, I will have to put like 6 water energies onto this guy just so I can get rid of those big HP behemoths. And lastly, I'm running a 3-2-3 Feraligatr line, 2 Feraligatr Prime, 1 Beatstick Feraligatr. Beatstick allows you can do 20 damage to the opponent's entire bench and their outfield, which helps set up for Samurott kills if your opponent's Pokemon is weakened, and it can also increase the damage of Hydro Crunch by 2 damage counters. Not sure if I'm going to keep him and Pike Samurott. I might drop them for something else. I kind of want to work in a 2-2 Zoroark line, but I need several things to get that going, one of which is double Colorless energy. I only have 1. Speaking of which, there's my energy. 1 double Colorless, 12 basic water. On to the trainers and supporters, and there's a lot. This is the type of deck where you play a whole bunch of trainer and supporters in order to get your setup going. Until then, you're just basically stalling, doing chip damage. And then once you get going, bam, you're just dealing like 100 damage every turn. One interviewer's question: look at the top 8 cards. If there's basic energies, add them to your hand. Oh, it's just as many energy cards as you like. Show them to your opponent, put them into your hand. The rest gets put back. 2 switch. Just switch out your Samurott that's injured with your Feraligatr Prime and just Hydro Crunch. Hydro Crunch is an attack that not many people really expect. They don't realize that this attack gets stronger as you do more damage. Like if you hit him once with this and then hit him again, that's 60 and then 120 damage on the next turn. Hydro Crunch can lead to some surprise knockouts. Otherwise, Hydro Pump's pretty much your basic damage dealer. And if I could, I would work in Pokemon Reversal, but I don't have any. So I'm just going to wait until Pokemon Catcher comes out. 2 energy retrieval, get 2 basic energies from your discard pile to your hand. In this type of deck, that's not going to be too hard. If your guy gets knocked out, you'll have at least 4 energies in the not the graveyard. Sorry, I'm still a Yu-Gi-Oh player at heart, and I do tend to make plays in a Yu-Gi-Oh like manner. And then I remind myself, silly Blue, what the hell is card advantage? You're just gonna get a +7 the next turn anyway with Juniper. Anyway, so just get 2 water energies back to your hand, which you can then reattach with Feraligatr Prime. 3 Rare Candy. I'm really confused on how this card works now, because I was under the assumption that when Black and White got released, this card was errated, so you can only play it to make your stage 1 a basic stage 1, and that's it. You can't do put down Totodile, play Rare Candy, make it a Feraligatr, go from there. You have to do, but as a trade-off, you could do, you could put a Pokemon down, and on your next turn you can play Rare Candy and then evolve again. So, but then when I did that, the girl at Local said that's not how it works, I think. She said she was going to take a look at the rules, but yeah, anyone who's watching this who is like a real expert at the Pokemon card game, by all means, please correct me on how this is really supposed to work. Otherwise, though, it is still a good card for high evolution type decks. For Junk Arm. Basically, what this card does, you pitch 2 cards from your hand to add a trainer from your discard pile to your hand. You're basically doing a reverse toolbox mechanic, which obviously I do a lot of when it comes to Yu-Gi-Ohs, since I'm playing dragons in my graveyard and reviving them. In this case, I'm using this to get trainer cards that I can reuse, again, like my switches, my energy retrieval, my Pokemon communications. This puts cards from my hand into the discard pile that I can reuse again with Junk Arm on later turns. Same for this card, Sage's Training. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add two of them to your hand, discard the rest, puts cards into the discard pile for Junk Arm to retrieve later. 3 Pokemon Collector, add 3 basics from your deck to your hand. Straightforward, extremely powerful card. 4 Pokemon Communication, put a Pokemon in your hand to the deck, add a Pokemon from your deck to your hand, shuffle. It searches out everything in the deck. Running 4 is pretty much a must in any deck in this rotation. And then after that, draw supporters. 2 Pawn, put your hand into your deck, draw 6. 3 Juniper, discard your hand, draw 7. Draw spell, draw cards, very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Some people don't like Juniper because she makes you discard your hand, but as far as I see it, if you've got like your 1 trainer card in your hand, you're not going to use anyway that turn. You might as well just discard it, draw 7, and you can always Junk Arm that trainer card back later. And all in all, that is the deck. I'm definitely liking how this is running. It's slower to get going compared to Feraligatr Golduck, but it hits much harder and it tanks much better. Feraligatr Prime himself has a weakness to grass instead of lightning, which is really nice. That means his really only major threat is like Serperior and like a couple Jump Bluff, but like otherwise he takes hits very well. Gotta watch out for lightning decks though when playing Samurott, but yeah, the 2 work very well in tandem together. They hit hard, they take hits like pros, and yeah, 1 good opening hand in the deck is pretty much set within like 2 turns. As for what I'm going to do with this deck after this video, like I already mentioned, I'm probably going to try a 2/2 Zork line or 3 Delibirds for draw power. I like 2/2 Zork just because I can like put a double colorless on it, and then if my opponent like knocks my guy out, I can revenge kill or like use my opponent's really good move against them. I would need more double colorless energy to get that to go though, and I only have the 1, which stinks. Otherwise, yeah, that's everything I wanted to get across in this video. So yeah, Feraligatr, Samurott. A really nice combination, and if you've noticed, the Feraligatr Primes I've got in this deck are the original artworks instead of the tin promos. That's because I pulled the second one, and I decided to just go to 2 Primes, 1 Beatstick Gator. So all in all, yeah, everything I wanted to say. I'm just rambling now, so I'm going to leave the video at that. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next time, take care.